Welcome to Badminton Unlimited, your weekly access to badminton action and beyond. This week we report from the BWF World Junior Championships and how the Kedah Badminton Association is hoping to use that to ignite the passion of the new generation of shuttlers. And we're in Germany to find out how the country's governing body is trying to make the next step in the badminton community. We're in Alor Setar, the capital of the state of Kedah in Malaysia. There was a pulse of excitement recently in the usually tranquil city. For 2 weeks in April, Alor Setar proudly hosted the 2014 BWF World Junior Championships. The event is the premier tournament in the BWF Junior calendar. It was the second time in 5 years that the Kedah Badminton Association, or KBA, had accepted the challenge of hosting the competition.
BWF approached us, Badminton Association of Malaysia. They said they wanted Alor Setar to host again. So they give us some funding and we agreed, and we also got our own funding from title sponsor Jati, Yonex, the equipment sponsor, and also our local friends, donors, and everybody.
The tournament consists of 2 separate events. The Suhan Dinataka, a team-oriented competition, was followed by the I-Level Cups, a tournament for the individuals category. This year saw 44 countries taking part, 10 more from last year. To host a tournament of this magnitude, all the state's agencies had to lend a hand. The organising committee consisted of members of the KBA and the heads of various government departments.
The state government is giving very strong support to us, especially the upgrading of this stadium, which has just completed a day before the tournament commenced. I'm very happy that I have a very good team to assist the organization to run the thing.
Since its inception in 1992, the World Junior Championships has evolved from a development event to an elite tournament in its own right. It's here that fans can get a sneak peek at up-and-coming stars. Thailand's reigning women's singles world champion, Ratchanok Intanon, won the first of her 3 consecutive World Junior titles here.
The best junior players will be here, and they will perform. The coaches will assess their training program after this tournament. And you come to the stadium, you can watch the future champions.
The KBA is hoping that hosting the tournament will help motivate a new generation of aspiring shuttlers. The Badminton Association of Malaysia, or BAM, is keen for the country to return to the golden era of the 70s and 80s. While the king of badminton, Lee Chong-wei, continues to lead the men's game, the Southeast Asian nation's presence in the other categories has been less remarkable. Lee himself will be turning 32 later this year and has no natural successor.
I hope that with the organizing of this tournament, our players, our state players, can have a chance to watch the best players under 19 from all over the world. They can judge themselves and see, hey, they are 17 years old, 18 years old, I'm 17 years old. Now, how do you fare in this tournament? And it's also good for the other coaches from other countries. You know, when they compete in this tournament, they know how they fare. And then that will assess the successfulness of the program that they run.
KBA itself has 80 players spanning the various age groups in its training roster. Together with the help of 7 coaches, both foreign and local, the association hopes to provide ample talent for BAM to choose from.
The BAM is running their program whereby every year they have the junior circuit, first circuit and second circuit. And whichever players have achieved a certain points, they are qualified for the GP final, normally to be held in Kuala Lumpur. Our core business is to prepare these players to participate in the national junior circuit. Now from there, the panel of coaches from the BM, they are doing the scouting during the tournament, especially during the GP finals.
For the players taking part in the World Junior Championships, the global nature of the tournament provides them with top-level competition and a chance to see shuttlers from differing backgrounds.
Yes, really, it's a great atmosphere here and some great matches, so I really like it here.
So this is actually my first time playing outside of the US. It's very different from all the tournaments I've played before, and I'm very, very happy to see all the really good players all around the world.
The World Junior Championships works on different levels. Whilst for the players it provides a strong competitive environment to test their skills, for the organisers it provides an opportunity to not only experience the challenge of hosting an international event, but especially in the KBA's case, a platform in which to hopefully launch the country's badminton legacy.
Whether they make it or not doesn't matter. The bigger the pool, the player to play badminton, somehow one day they may become a champion. We will never know.
As an organizing secretary, I would like to thank all my organizing committee members, the working committee members, giving the fullest support to us, coupled with the assistance from the BWF and BEM, and also the state government, especially giving fullest support to us, making us able to run this Jati BWF World Junior Championship 2014 in Alosta success.
쉬는 날에 가장 하고 싶은 것은 친구들과 같이 여행 가는 것입니다. 네, 제일 좋아하는 배드민턴 장소는 태양성촌입니다. 가장 두려운 상대는 현재 저와 같이 뛰고 있는 선수들입니다. 홍보 파트너를 고른다면 고상현 선수와 해보고 싶습니다. 이유는 일단 한국 선수이기도 하고 그리고 또 잘하는 선수이기 때문에 한번 해보고 싶습니다. 제 스포츠 롤 모델은 한국의 유도 선수 김재범 선수입니다. 경기 전에 기도를 하고 들어갑니다. 제가 배드민턴을 하지 않았더라면 지금 그냥 평범한 대학 생활을 보내고 있을 것 같아요.
Let's check your badminton knowledge. Tell us who this is. I was born in 1983 in Vietnam. I made my international debut in 2001. I am the first ever Vietnamese badminton player to compete in the Olympics. The answer is Nguyen Thien Minh. Nguyen Thien Minh was born in Ho Chi Minh City, the largest city in Vietnam. The 31-year-old won a bronze medal in last year's World Championships. He's currently the #1 men's singles shuttler for his country and is ranked 10th in the BWF rankings. Nestled amongst the tranquility of Saarbrücken, Germany, stands the Saarland Olympic Training Center. This is where the country's elite sportsmen and women come to train. Within this state-of-the-art facility is also where the nation's best badminton shuttlers come to hone their skills.
I think the center in Saarbrücken is one of the best, if not the best, center for badminton in Europe. I think I've been basically everywhere in Europe and the conditions here in Saarbrücken are almost perfect.
It's the only place in Germany where we can play badminton on a professional level and train every day with adequate sparring partners, so it's the only place here.
Germany is one of the big three in European badminton, next to Denmark and England, and is currently 8th in the BWF World Ranking. It is proud to be known as a nation of champions. The German women's side took the gold in the 2012 European Men's and Women's Team Championships, while the country's #1 in men's singles, Mark Zwiebler, was a winner at the European Championships that same year. A year later, in 2013, Germany was named the best on the continent as they won the European Mixed Team Championships title.
It's getting better and better. If I compare it to 15 years ago, I think it would be, nobody would believe that German players could win anything here in Europe, but now Mark has been European champion. Last year, Germany won the Mixed Team European Championships, and that is really, really good. So there's been a lot of improvement the last 15 years.
Much of that success is due to the work done at the Badminton World Training Center. While the women train mostly at a center in Mulheim, the men work out here in Saarbrücken. But there are occasions when some of the women players travel to the Olympic Center for combined practice and training sessions.
3 hours away, so it's no big problem for the ladies or the boys. So we have this week ladies here in Saarbrücken for mixed training, so we can do this for 2-3 days. It's very easy for them.
The shuttlers in this training center go through 9 sessions of on-court training alone per week, and up to 4 times of strengthening and fitness conditioning. These rigorous workouts are meant to not only test the players' physical strength, but also their commitment.
Well, it depends a lot on the players. Of course, we can provide the facilities, the training and so on, but it demands a lot of them be willing to live badminton 24 hours a day and be very disciplined in this, so they can bring this discipline into the practice. So if they have their high ambitions and is willing to work really extremely hard, not just for 1 year, but for 10 years, then they can reach top 20, top 15 in the world.
Germany's stock is currently high, with its players placed in the top 20 of the world rankings, from Mark Zwiebler in the men's singles to mixed doubles pairing of Michael Fuchs and Birgit Michels. And not forgetting the recently retired Julian Schenk, once ranked #2 in the world. In the international team events, the Thomas and Uber Cup, Germany has been at quarterfinals and semi-final stages for the last 10 years. The improvement in the results is attributed to not only top-class facilities and improved coaching, but by the decision to send players abroad to gain experience.
Sometimes we have joint training camps, especially with countries from the region. So French players will be here, Belgian players. So we have some players who are playing in the German league from Malaysia and from Indonesia. They also train here. So it's kind of sparring players for us. So it helps the whole system if they're here.
We try to have an open environment where we want to invite different kind of players, because we know it's important to have this kind of sparring. But also I have to say that the German players are really good at helping each other. So the level of the players getting higher and higher, and of course that's important for the group.
Whilst the senior players are making waves on the international scene, there's also a need to develop new talent. The association is keen to provide a pathway for promising juniors.
We have some really good junior players, so following our top players. So in the next years, I'm sure one of the reasons is the working system here, and so they have a good chance. So they have to come to Saarbrücken, men's the women's players to Mulheim, and that gives them a good chance to develop for a world-class player.
The last decade has seen outstanding growth in German badminton, but the country is hungry for more. The players believe there is much more to come, and in a nation groomed on success, don't bet against them achieving it.
So far we are missing the really big result, like an Olympic medal or maybe also a gold medal at World Championship. But every one of us, of the German players, is doing their best to do a good achievement and to promote the sport. And I think the last 10 years were really good for the German Badminton Association, and we hope that we could do even better in the future.
In this week's Rising Star, we shine the light on an extraordinarily talented shuttler many are suggesting is on the verge of stardom. We caught up with Jonathan Christie during the recently concluded BWF World Junior Championships. Anointed Indonesia's future star after former world #1 Taufik Hidayat presented him a racket at a farewell ceremony, Jonathan Christie has been carrying the weight of a country's expectations ever since. But the level-headed 16-year-old is confident that he will not disappoint.
Taufik adalah pemain yang luar biasa buat saya.
Taufik is an extraordinary player for me. He's also one of my idols. He's the one who inspired me in badminton to be like him. It motivates me to get to his level.
Salah satu buat tarik agar saya bisa menyamai dia.
3 weeks after that symbolic moment, the then 15-year-old clinched his first international title at the Indonesia International Challenge. Using his trademark muscular smashes and deft net play, he beat his vastly more experienced countryman Alamsyah Yunus in straight sets.
That's one win that probably has the biggest effect on me. I didn't have any pressure there. When I reached the final, I tried to change my mentality. He was at that time ranked 27 in the world. I was ranked 162. But I still tried my best to not think about it. Instead, I just told myself that he's not better than me. I will keep trying more than him, and I was able to do so. Finally, my efforts paid off.
Dan saya lakukan itu dan akhirnya saya berhasil.
After that win, Jonathan continued to light up the junior circuit. He helped Indonesia to their first final in 2013 World Junior Championships team event, the Suhandinata Cup, where they lost to Korea in a close match. Despite the loss, he picked up some positive lessons.
Dari segi emosional, lebih sabar.
From an emotional perspective, I need to learn to be patient with my strokes, not to get influenced to kill off the opposition too soon. Instead, try to rally a bit more and get him to play with you so that he eventually gets tired. I can attack him to the point that he can't take it anymore.
Sampai benar-benar dia tidak berdaya.
Attempting to master all aspects of the game, the 16-year-old is looking up to his idols and trying to learn from them.
I have two idola.
I have two idols. From Indonesia, it would be Taufik Hidayat. And if it's outside the country, it would be Lindan. Lindan because I like his style of playing, his attitude, his respect to coaches and his opposition. His shots are very good. He is simply amazing to me. I like Taufik's range of shots, like the backhand smash. He can pretty much do what he wants. That's what I like. When I first started badminton, I looked up to Taufik. He's a source of motivation for me to be like him.
Bahwa saya juga bisa seperti dia.
Although Jonathan did not win any medals at the recently concluded BWF World Junior Championships in Kedah, he has set his eye on a future that could see him becoming Indonesia's next superstar.
Saya harap saya punya target untuk bermain di Olimpik.
I harbor a hope to play in Brazil at the Rio Olympics. I have a dream to reach the quarterfinals or semifinals. But before that, maybe in a year or 2 years' time, I hope I'll already be in the thick of the Super Series and Grand Prix action. That's the Jonathan you will see soon.
Itu Jonathan yang akan datang.
Five tournaments completed, 7 to go. The World Superseries event has attracted the strongest draw in its history, as players geared up to be part of the season-ending BWF Destination Dubai World Superseries Finals. Strap yourselves in as we give you a fast and furious recap of what's happened so far. The season started in Seoul at the Korea Open. Chen Long was the star of this one as he continued his rivalry with Lee Chong-wei in the men's singles. In a battle of the top two, it was the man from China who came through in 56 minutes, winning it 21-14, 21-15. It was Chen's fourth consecutive victory over the world number one. Elsewhere, Wang Yihan of China overcame women's singles world champion Ratchanok Intanon of Thailand in straight games, 21-13, 21-19. There would be no rest for the stars as the Maybank Malaysia Open started the following week. The tournament would see the birth of Malaysia's new Golden Boys. This was a first World Super Series final for local boys Goh Vi Shem and Lim Kim Hwa. Buoyed by the electric home support, the Young Guns capped their dream run as they triumphed over Chinese pair Chai Biao and Hong Wei in straight games, triggering massive celebrations throughout the stadium. The home crowd had even more to cheer as the Dato of Malaysia badminton, Lee Chong Wei, claimed his first World Super Series win of 2014 in the men's singles. The Yonex All England Championships was the third leg of the World Super Series. Being the oldest badminton tournament, it occupies a special place in the hearts of badminton lovers. And the final day saw men's singles number one Lee Chong Wei cruise to victory, claiming his third All England crown. Lee finally got the better of China's Chen Long after 4 consecutive losses. Indonesia fans had plenty to cheer for as their men's and mixed doubles triumphed. Liliana Natsir and Tontowi Ahmad grabbed their third consecutive All England crown, while compatriots Muhammad Ahsan and Hendra Setiawan added to their World Championships crown. Into April and our next stop, New Delhi, where the Yonex Sunrise India Open was held. In a match that lasted well over an hour, Denmark's men's doubles pair of Matthias Bo and Carsten Morgensen deposed defending champions Liu Xiaolong and Chu Tse-han, claiming a first win over their Chinese opponents. Continuing the European theme, the Danish duo Joachim Fischer-Nielsen and Christina Pedersen did just enough to win their first title of 2014, beating Koreans Ko Sung-hyun and Kim Ha-na in the final. Our final tournament review is the OUE Singapore Open. China continued their dominance of badminton, and no more so than in the women's singles. This time it was Wang Yihan versus Li Sherei in the final. World number one Li has not had the same performance as 2013, and this trend continued as Wang defeated her to defend her title. It was Li's third consecutive loss at a final. In a shocking match in the men's singles, Indonesia's Simon Santoso eased past world number one Lee Chong Wei in a one-sided affair, winning 21-15, 21-10. Well, what a way to complete the first half of the World Super Series. Hostilities restart in June at the Japan Open. Keep watching Badminton Unlimited to get all the highlights on the action. Before we go, let's find out what's happening in the world of international badminton in our Badminton Unlimited calendar. Next week on Badminton Unlimited, we catch up with evergreen India shuttler Arvind Bhatt as he talks about going out on a high. And we're in New Zealand to find out how badminton is trying to get a foothold in the country. We'll see you next week.